Hello, this is a demo video for Reading Insights, which is an application that I made for my senior project class. Reading Insights is an application that analyzes books that you've read and then uses machine learning to cluster them together to try to find interesting and novel patterns in your books. Just as a little bit of background, Goodreads is a service from Amazon that is essentially social media for book lovers. It allows you to like books, list books that you're reading, that you have read, to check out what your friends are reading, all of the social media features, essentially just for books. So what my application, Reading Insights, does is essentially pull all of the public books from your Goodreads profile and then analyzes them, and to try to find some interesting patterns that you might find useful. So this is an application that was built to support iOS and Android. So as you can see here, I'll go ahead and open Reading Insights, and just after a second it pops up to the first screen. For this demo though, I will just run through the demo on Android. So on this first screen, just get the input field is just a place to enter your Goodreads username. So this also does some basic error checking. So if you type in a username for something that doesn't exist, then when you try to start the import, you'll see that you get an error message saying that your username was not found. And similarly, if there's a error while you are importing books, you'll get a little error message like that. But if I go ahead and type in a valid Goodreads username, then I can either hit the start button right here or just the action button on the keyboard. And then as you can see, it starts to import your info from Goodreads. So as you can see on the little loading dialog here, currently it's pulling all of the info from your Goodreads profile. Now it's going to loop through and fetch additional information about each one of those books from a service called Open Library. And then once that has completed, you'll see it lists all of the books out in a table where you can essentially just scroll through and see what books it found and just a little bit of info about that. If you'd like, you can hit back and go back to the first screen we were just on, this screen, and restart using a different username. Or if all of these books look good to you and you'd like to analyze them, you can just hit this button down here in the bottom right to analyze them. So I'll go ahead and hit that. Now as you can see, it gives you a little overlay that it's analyzing. Now what this is actually doing is it sends all these books off to Google Cloud Functions, where some custom code that I wrote there actually analyzes your books with the K-prototypes machine learning algorithm to try to find patterns in your book reading habits and cluster them together. So as you can see, it already finished up here. It really does not take too long to do. So the first screen that you see after it has analyzed all of your books is the results in a table format. So it lists each book with some just basic information about each one of those books. You can scroll through. You can see how there's different sections of books that it found and clustered together. You can also click this tab down here, which takes you to the visual view, which has all of the same books, but just lists it in a scatter plot style graph. So you can come through here and click on each one of these little dots, and it will list what books are in that group. So you can scroll through here and try to get a little bit of understanding about about which books are in each group. So as you can see, this is 1984, Animal Farm, and The Fellowship of the Rings. So it's maybe some older fiction books, perhaps. I'm not sure exactly what's in this group, but that sounds reasonable. You can also, from this screen, hit the back button to go back to the previous screen, obviously, and review the books that you are going to analyze. You can hit this button up here at the top right. That would just take you back to the first screen, this import screen, and to restart on a different username. Or you can hit the share button, which just exports all of those results as a JSON file. So let me go ahead and save this to my Google Drive. So you can see it uploaded to Google Drive. Let me go ahead and open that. And you can see that it simply has all of those results in JSON format if you would like to check it out later. So let me go ahead and go back to Reading Insights. So then, as I mentioned, if you'd like to start over, you can just hit this button right here at the top to take you back to the very first screen and use a different username. So this concludes the demo for Reading Insights. I think it really has the potential to help identify interesting and useful patterns in your reading habits. Thank you for watching.